Everyone thinks the XRP ETF story is coming soon. They have no idea how close we actually are. Because while retail argues on X about whether XRP will hit $5, $10, or $20, multiple XRP ETFs are now in a legally unstoppable countdown. And history tells us exactly what happens next. Because Bitcoin and Ethereum already gave us the playbook. Today on WealthyWise Finance, we're breaking down the actual XRP ETF approval timeline. What happens the moment the ETF goes live? Realistic price targets based on ETF inflows. The biggest mistake XRP holders are making. Let's get into it. The XRP ETF timeline. What's already locked in? This isn't speculation. This isn't hope. This is SEC law, already in motion. Canary Capital, the first mover. On November 7th, Canary filed an amended S1 and removed the delaying amendment. That triggers a 20-day automatic effectiveness window, meaning Canary's XRP ETF can legally go live as early as November 13, 2025, even if the SEC is silent or the government is shut down. They do not need active SEC approval. The countdown alone is enough. Bitwise and 21 Shares. Both firms are using the exact same strategy. Bitwise updated their filing on October 31st. Expected launch window, November 19th to 21st, 2025. Grayscale and Franklin Templeton. These two are under normal SEC review cycles. Grayscale, January to February 2026. Franklin Templeton, February to March 2026. If the SEC repeats the Bitcoin and Ethereum coordinated launch approach, they may synchronize dates. If not, Canary launches first and captures all early liquidity. What happens the moment an XRP ETF launches? We've already seen what happens with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin ETF launch, 3.1 billion in day one volume. Bitcoin rose 8% in the first week, 15% in the first month. Ethereum ETF launch, 1.2 billion in day one volume. Ethereum rose 6% in the first 3 trading days. XRP will follow a similar pattern, but with a twist. Ripple already has institutional relationships with banks, remittance firms, and payment processors. This means less liquid supply than typical altcoins, and a faster response when ETF issuers start accumulating. Volume thresholds to watch. Above 1 billion in day one volume, strong instant upside. Between 500 million and 1 billion, steady upward momentum. Below 500 million, slower growth and consolidation. ETF issuers must purchase real XRP for cold storage. This removes supply from exchanges and naturally increases price pressure. Bitcoin saw 100,000 BTC leave exchanges after ETF approval. A proportional XRP outflow would be significant. XRP price scenarios after ETF approval. These scenarios are based on actual ETF market behavior. Conservative scenario, $5 to $7. Timeline, within 3 months. Conditions, moderate institutional inflows, Bitcoin above 95,000. Neutral macro environment. Moderate scenario, $8 to $12. Timeline, 6 months. Conditions, regular monthly inflows above 500 million. Positive Ripple legal and regulatory environment. Continued RLUSD adoption. Aggressive scenario, $15 to $20. Timeline, 12 months. Conditions, Bitcoin between 130,000 and 150,000. XRP ETF assets under management above 10 billion. Major banks announce XRP ledger integrations. Significant exchange outflows. This isn't fantasy. It's simply ETF-driven price mechanics. The 3 major risks XRP holders must know. Risk 1, SEC intervention. If the SEC halts an automatic effectiveness process, XRP could dip 5 to 10%. Risk 2, Bitcoin correction. If Bitcoin drops 20%, XRP typically drops 30 to 40%. Risk 3. Regulatory uncertainty. The SEC appeal, exchange enforcement actions, and new ETF rules could temporarily affect liquidity. While the entire market is watching the XRP ETF timeline, there's another major infrastructure play happening behind the scenes: Unich. Unich is building one of the fastest growing OTC trading layers in crypto, already surpassing $1.3 billion in OTC trading volume. Unlike traditional exchanges, Unich lets traders access early-stage tokens, pre-market deals, and OTC liquidity without the usual friction. If you're preparing for institutional inflows or planning long-term accumulation strategies, Unich's OTC model is becoming a key part of how real users position early. This is not financial advice. Link is in description. What XRP holders should actually do. Most investors have no strategy. Smart holders do the following. 1. Separate a core bag from a trading bag. Core bag, untouched until all-time highs. Trading bag, used for dips, volatility cycles, and profit-taking. This mirrors how institutions accumulate. 2. Don't chase price. Chase positioning. The people who profit the most have XRP before the ETF inflows arrive. 3. Prepare for volatility. Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF launches both triggered short-term spikes, followed by corrections. XRP will follow the same pattern. 4. Decide if an XRP ETF is right for you. XRP ETFs are ideal for institutional-grade custody, retirement accounts, or people who prefer not to self-custody. But ETFs do not offer on-chain utility, staking, or airdrops. 5. Stop watching the daily chart. Start watching filings, custodian confirmations, and amendment updates. These moves tell you far more than price candles. Before we wrap up, here's a quick update for those following Unich. Their IDO for the UN token is officially live. The project is positioning itself as an on-chain OTC liquidity layer designed to capture pre-market and institutional flows, the exact activity that typically accelerates before major ETF launches. Unich is pushing a low FDV model, referral rewards, and NFT benefits for early adopters. If you're researching infrastructure plays beyond the XRP ETF narrative, you can explore Unich's IDO link in the description. Again, this is not financial advice. Check the details yourself before deciding. The XRP ETF is not another headline. It is the starting point for institutional capital entering the XRP ecosystem for the first time. Bitcoin's ETF changed the market. Ethereum's ETF legitimized altcoin investing. But XRP's ETF changes the financial system, because XRP is not just a token, it is a settlement asset. And institutions don't buy hype, they buy infrastructure. The countdown has already started. Capital is preparing to move. And when the gates open, XRP will not trade based on emotion, it will trade based on demand. The only question left is this: will you be reacting to the move or positioned before it happens? This is WealthyWise Finance. Subscribe for daily institutional grade analysis. Drop your XRP ETF price prediction in the comments.